$5 trillion economy, the biggest bull run in the Indian equity market. 4 startups became billion-dollar companies. That means they became unicorn in the month of August 2021. Do you feel that you are missing out on something like this? Keep watching. Although you live outside India, I am sure India always lives within you. Hi, my name is Jayashree Mehta. I am an investment consultant and the financial trainer for last 17 years. And in the 17 years of my industry experience, I have met so many NRIs and NRI families, and I've helped them secure good investment return by investing in India. In this video, I'm going to tell you 5 best investment options that NRI globally have for investing in India. But before that, should you actually invest in India? What is in it for you, and what is it that you are going to get by investing in India? So let me come to the first question first. Why should you invest in India? Right now, if you really look at it, India is one of the world's youngest demographic population. The average Indian population is around within 35 years of age, and that makes them the best purchasing and consumption power that this country has. Secondly, the best and the strong governance that India is currently having. So very friendly yet strict user-friendly policies of investment. The third one is the best FDIs. We're seeing a lot of foreign direct investments coming to India, and that also makes India one of the best places to invest globally for people all over the world. Last but not the least, the startup ecosystem of India. If you see, the US in this space was about 20 years before. Currently, India is the same space that the startup economy actually going leaps and bounds, booming every day. Right now, India ranks world number 3 startup ecosystem. So next 1 decade is definitely for India. With that in your mind, let me give you 5 best investment options that you can have for investing in India. Number 1, equities. Right now, if you see, we are in the biggest bull run of the decade, which started last year, and I'm sure it's going to continue with few corrections here and there for next 10 years. If you are not taking part in this bull run, you are actually missing out on a big time. So what do I mean by this bull run? Should you be aware of the risks? Definitely yes. So investing in Indian stock market and in equity market is something that you must consider. Why? Let me give you a little bit of background of Indian economy and Indian equity market. So if I have to tell you the data, Indian equity market, the Sensex per se, started way back in 1979. So to say we are about 42-year-old Sensex right now. And in this 42 years, something that started with just 100 base points, today it is at 60,000, which means somebody who stayed invested would have multiplied their wealth at least 10 times or more. So this is what you need to understand by participating in equity. This is what you are going to give extra pump to your money. Now, what are the ways of investing in equity market? So there are 2 routes. One is direct stock market, another one is through mutual fund. So when I say investing in equity, is it always going to be, multiplying your money? It's not the case. It will go up and it will go down. So what do you need to keep in mind at all times is, this is a roller coaster in which you will have to be seated till the end. Once you started from a point A, sitting in the roller coaster, you cannot jump over in middle. Otherwise you are gone. Just to enjoy the experience, you'll have to be seated till the end and get down when you meet your goal. Because in this 42 years of Sensex journey, our Indian economy has seen everything. When I say everything, it is actually everything. We have seen 13 days government. We have seen assassination of 2 major prime ministers. We have seen Harshad Mehta scam, then Ketan Parekh and whatnot, everything. Despite all these negative factors, India has still performed at 17 to 18% growth year on year. And this is what I want all of you to participate. Participate either directly in stock market or invest through mutual fund route. But do participate, otherwise you are missing out. The second investment option that is the most preferred investment of all of us, whether you are in India or you are abroad, is the real estate. And we all have invested in real estate some or the other time. But what happens over a longer period, it becomes a saturated type of an investment option, especially if I have to talk about residential real estate. The current residential real estate rental yield in India is just about 3%, which means you are actually not growing your money, but you are depreciating your money at below inflation level, because inflation is at 5%. So I'll have to ensure that my money grows, multifold. So residential real estate is a big time challenge right now also. But what is in it for you that you can do? What you can consider investing is in the commercial real estate. Now there is another challenge in commercial real estate is to buy a commercial real estate. Firstly, I should have crores of rupees, not less than 10 CR. So is there any other option? Yes, the good news is you can also invest in fractional ownership in commercial spaces, which means a pool of people come together and invest. And this is also a very, very upcoming space, and a good rental yield is expected close to about 9% plus some growth on the property appreciation at the exit. So consider investing in this commercial real estate in the fractional form. So this is a new era, and I'm sure we all have to think differently. The third investment option is invest in NCD and bonds. So what are these? So these are same as your government securities. These NCDs can offer you slightly better rate of return compared to your FDs. Now, FDs currently in India generate about 6% or not 6%, less than 6% kind of a return, taxable money. So how am I going to fight the inflation in time to come? From last year, April 2020, Government of India has allowed NRIs to invest in NCDs and government bonds using FAR, fully accessible route. So you can also invest in India and get the benefit of fixed return instrument at around 8 to 9%. So this definitely is a good space for the NRIs to invest who are looking at a moderate kind of a return, a fixed instrument return. The fourth instrument is also in real estate space, but slightly different. Now, as I said, residential real estates are not giving you great rental yield, but if you're still keen on investing in that kind of infrastructure, consider investing in smart city. So what is the smart city? Currently, the smart city project in Gujarat, which is Dholera Smart City, which is called as Dholera SIR, Dholera Special Investment Region. It was the pet project of our current Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, when he was the CM of Gujarat. So right now, this project is jointly developed by state and central government, and it is going to be the Shanghai or Dubai or a Tokyo of India. So this is the place where if you want to come back to India, this is the place where you would actually love to stay. So consider investing in this kind of infrastructure, and this is something 10 years down the line, you will see a different India through this project. What is though so special about this project? It's called DMIC. It is Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor. So this particular stretch passes through 7 states, and this covers highway of all the states. And hence, whatever is produced out there can be carried and transferred over from there only. No need to transport it to any of the warehouses. Also, it will have its own airport and the port. So it is connected by railway, roadways and airways. So this is going to be one of the best infrastructure in our country. My suggestion, if you really want to invest in real estate, consider investing in these kind of projects. Not many in India right now, but Dholera definitely is one of them. And the most interesting space is the alternative investment fund. So the name itself suggests it's an alternative investment. So when you invest in these kind of assets, you don't have to worry about markets, sector, anything. Remember, in the beginning, I told you India is the startup ecosystem, flourishing startup ecosystem, and this is your opportunity to be a part of that ecosystem now. So what do? Alternative investment space has multiple avenues of investment. You can come as an angel investor, you can come as the seed funder, you can also come as the venture capitalist, you can also come at the series funder. It all depends on you. But what is the way that you can invest? It is always advisable and suggested that you take the fund route, which means, like, let's say if you have to invest in a startup which is getting developed somewhere in Bangalore, or maybe just is the ideation stage at Bangalore, you will have no idea what his company's strength is. So instead, what I would say is choose a fund house who is investing in multiple startups, and you take their help to figure out the startup, multiple startup, and then invest through that fund, which means, let's say a fund which is investing in 70 different startups. So maybe your amount of, let's say, X amount of investment gets segregated and gets diversified investment option into 70 startups. Now, what is the risk here? Of course, startup, we all know, not all startups are going to, make billions and trillions of dollars. But the best part is, not all startups will fail also. So if you invest through the fund, you have better opportunity to succeed than investing in one company. So my suggestion is always use the fund houses to invest in the startup space. Do enough research. We are always here to help you out, but do take keen interest in understanding the subject, because this is going to be the future of India. As I said, India right now is the world's third largest startup ecosystem. So this is your part to be there in the Indian success story. Also, you probably will be writing one of those success stories by investing in those startups. So in the beginning, when I said India is heading towards the most successful economy, The economists and the people all over the world have predicted, and India is also working hard towards it, to becoming a $5 trillion economy in about another 3 to 4 years. So where is this money going to come from? How are we going to be that big economy? One important space is the startup economy, and trust me, I feel really charged up when I talk about Indian ecosystem in the space of startup companies. I personally have invested a lot of money in startups, but I've never invested in a single startup. I always choose the fund house route because that gives me a lot of peace of mind, and all my reports are always there at my desk if I have to review anything. So that helps me investing confidently in those startups. So I think that should be the route you all should actually get into if you are looking to invest in startups. So these are the 5 best options that I spoke about of investing in India. What can you look for and what can you get by investing? I have never spoken about the percentage growth, which I feel is too early to speak about because a lot of factors depend on what instrument you invest in, what kind of taxation it will have, and then we can actually talk about the real rate of return that you have earned out of it. Hence, I'm not giving you any percentage, but I'm always available to give you the real-time scenario. Also, you'll have to be very sure about investing either from an NRO or NRE or FCNR account, and I'm sure you all understand all the different accounts have different rules and regulation when it comes to taxation. And as you know, one size does not fit all, so we need to do a lot of homework before we get you invested in India. Thank you for watching this video. My email ID and my phone number in the description box. If you have any question related to this video or any other instrument that you would like to know about, please reach out to me through your questions in the comment box. I'll be happy to help you with all those questions answered.